Ready.
Up and at 'em. I've pressed the recording button, but I can't quite see it.
Yes, it is lit up. As I live and breathe, it is lit up. Slay.
Slay?
Felt weird to say. I won't say it again.
Slay the day away.
I'm gonna slay the day away.
Slay the day away.
Boots the house down.
No one knows what that one means.
Pussy fart.
Pussy fart. Your grandma listens to this.
Okay. So she's already heard everything we've said. She doesn't like the way we've said it.
Shout out Jackie.
Sorry, Grandma.
Jackie, love you lots. Hope you're doing well. So this one is from the ABC. 10-pound pom vows to boycott UK over money grab passport changes. You heard about this?
No. What's this?
Changes to UK entry requirements for people with British and Australian citizenship mean they will soon need to produce a British passport or a certificate of entitlement when they visit the country. Hundreds of people have contacted the ABC, including many brought here as children, saying they do not understand why they cannot continue to travel to the UK the way they always have.
Right, so what, this is basically just like a fresh policy where it's like, hey, you need additional documentation.
To keep up the weird relationship, yeah.
Yeah, which, I think, I'll be so honest, I think people should be grateful for how long that lasted in the first place.
It's because listen to this, right? So Queensland retiree Sharon, I'll bleep her. Queensland retiree has declared, she's on the ABC, Shaz. She's declared she's boycotting the United Kingdom in an angry protest over changes to passport regulations for dual citizens.
Wow, I think losing Sharon's business is going to be worse than Brexit.
Well, she came to Australia in 1969 with her family.
Okay.
She was a 10-pound pom, and now she has to apply for a British passport to travel to her country of birth.
Where's my land if it's not Australia?
England?
Boo-hoo. You have an Australian passport now, right? That makes you an Australian citizen.
I thought that was something.
That's just like how it is.
But listen, I am so angry that I reside in a Commonwealth country where the king is our reigning monarch, and yet I am being singled out for having dual citizenship. It's a money grab.
Yeah, she's being singled out. Specifically, Sharon is being singled out.
Do you want to see Sharon?
Yeah, go on. Oh my god, what? Okay, hang on. Why has she got the biggest fucking sunglasses on and a great big bottle of wine? And, okay, her hair makes more sense now that I'm looking at it.
She looks like a lot of people. She looks actually, if I'm being real, she looks like this hairdresser that came in to shop at Mecca once. And she went on this massive rant about, like, pronouns, kind of broadly. And she was just like, so you used to be a he and you're a she. Wow.
God damn it. I mean, look, she's got that British skin, so no one can say she's not a Brit.
Here we go. So,
I don't want to be a if you don't like it, leave person.
Well, but it's just like, if
just go back to the UK if you want to fucking be there.
Well, that's the thing, because she can't. Now it's like, you don't like it and you want to leave, but you can't. What are you talking about? While she held a British passport in her 20s, she allowed it to lapse because she got an Australian passport after becoming a citizen. It's like, so then
this is your fault. Go get a British passport.
Go get a British passport. All my aunties and uncles are gone and I just have a few cousins. The cost of them going to Europe is nothing. She said that changes left a bad taste. Steve Tyrrell came to Australia under the same migration scheme as a 10-year-old in 1966. There was a lot of encouragement from Australia and England at the time to have migration out to the colonies. Tyrrell has never held a British passport, but will have to apply for one under the new rules if he wants to travel to the UK. I'm incensed, he said. He became an Australian citizen in 1983 and travelled to the UK in 1985 on his Australian passport.
Which they can still do, right? Like, this is
that's
just
the thing.
This is just special benefits of being a UK citizen or whatever.
Of the Commonwealth of the Empire. Because he can still travel on his Australian passport. Yes. He just loses his British citizenship. And it's like, well, but you're a citizen here.
You're not using it. Are you fucking serious?
What are you talking about? Anyway, he says he sees it as a money grab. There's absolutely no goodwill attached. It's like, from the British government? You don't think the British government has goodwill? Oh, it's the British government.
Are you stupid? Or are you just stupid?
You seen Oliver Twist?
Yeah, come on, man.
What are you talking about?
And let me guess, this is the exact same kind of person. This is the same genre of person who's just like, well, I think we just have too many immigrants coming into Australia right now. But Boo,
I think-
I don't get to travel freely to the UK.
I think Shaz would say, I think we have too many immigrants coming into the UK right now.
Girl,
Like that's
look
like,
in the
I think
mirror.
she'd say that because I think that's what the whole article. She's like, despite the fact that I've lived in Australia for like twice as long as I've been alive, she's like, why do I not get to be British anymore? It's like the Empire. This is like the dregs of the Empire, right? This is like the last remnants
and
of the Empire.
Also, girl, like when you come to Australia, you got to be Australian. You can't be like 1 foot back in your home country, all right?
But
That's
she,
not
like-
assimilation. This is Australia.
But she
You
still
can't-
totally can as well.
You can no. It's not right. It's not right. It's un-Australian.
You're right. She's
not right.
Shaz, you're un-Australian.
Un-Australian.
I mean, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities. I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom. But I ain't spending any time on it. But I ain't spending any time on it. But I ain't spending any time on it. Let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom. But I ain't spending any time on it.
Anyway, speaking of immigration, I suppose, it's the 27th of May, 1954, and Honora Secombe is in labour. The birthing kind, not the political party.
Sorry, her name's Honora?
Honora, yeah, like a mix between Hannah and Nora. Honora.
Not like honor?
No. Hannorah.
What?
Nora.
That's from the Bible or something. Okay.
Surely.
Okay, sure.
So the doctors had told her and her husband Jack that she shouldn't have any more children after her fourth. This is obviously the 50s. Yet here she was again, enduring an age-old suffering to bring new life into the world. And I suppose it's up to interpretation whether her fifth child, Pauline, was worth it.
Damn, what a start, baby. Jesus Christ. We're going back to the start saying, this bitch, if I could go back, I would really question.
If I could fucking go back. Hey, welcome back to Shouldn'ta, everybody.
Hey.
I'm Yanni. I'm Kieran. And...
Hi, Yanni.
Oh, hey, Kieran. What's
Hi.
up?
No, everybody, this happened once before. Actually, I'm Yanni.
And actually, I'm Kieran.
And we don't want anyone to get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. Because today, we are going to be starting another long-awaited series on an infamous Queensland politician.
We do a lot of these.
Yeah, we're doing it. You know, we're making... Well, it's like, let's be honest.
The most infamous politicians in this country are Queenslanders?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't really give you anything other than that.
I can tell you why.
It's too hot here? What?
No. There's only one legislative house.
Oh, yeah, so you do get, like, the... whoever gets in, it's like, oh, you're in it now.
You're actually in immediately. You can't be shut out if you're a kook as easily.
Anyway, Yanni, are you excited to be talking about Pauline Hanson today?
Very much so. She's one of the most fascinating Australian figures there's ever been. She has an annoying voice. I understand. We have a friend who has received coffee orders from her. Apparently, she's quite rude.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
And
Our friend is also not white, so...
yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
She is a firebrand that seems to have withstood everybody thinking she's an idiot forever.
Yeah, and it's not too much of what we'll talk about today, but going into later episodes, we will go through a lot of that. Where,
I want to know where that comes from.
right? Like so today is basically going to cover some Pauline Law prior to her
Paul
career
Law.
in politics. Paul Law, if you will. Paul Law, Molklolb, or whatever.
Or Law Brown Cow. So we'll be talking
Have
about
you
the
any? Will
Pauline epistles.
yeah, we're going to be looking at the Pauline epistles. We're going to be looking at the
What's Pauline a pissed for?
We're going to look at a little bit of what Pauline's
What's
pissed
a
for.
Pauline a pissed for?
Hey, careful. So most of the information I have for this episode in particular comes from Pauline's autobiography, Untamed and Unashamed. Time to explain.
You read that biography like you're doing high intensity interval training. Like you'll read 2 pages and then just like scream for a bit or something.
Yeah, like I'll be so honest with you. It's in the way that it's different from Penny Wong's biography, where I just kind of like was just frustrated with how it was written.
Yeah.
Because this is Pauline's autobiography, like she did write this, it's written in the first person. It's obviously edited and it's obviously like gone through a whole lot of like, you can see the parts that clearly have been discussed with publicists. Because because you can almost tell which parts sound a lot more natural and which parts have been like shoehorned in because somebody's gone, well, you can't say that.
You can't.
Or,
Pauline,
if
you
you've
can't
said
do
this,
that.
that people will think this. And so
People
you
will
have to,
think
and there's
this.
some examples of that I'd like to talk about as well. But this book is originally published in 2007, and it's kind of intended to be Pauline's post-politics publicity grab. Like, oh, I'm going to explain my side of the story.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And this is released in between her, like, first stint at politics and then her second current stint at
This
politics.
is like her redemption arc
Yeah.
in her mind.
Yes. Which is insane. So yeah, fundamentally, I disagree with almost like everything about Pauline Hanson.
Except for the Asian stuff.
Yeah, except for the Asians, no. But that's why this is a really interesting and frustrating read, because I'll read something, be like, you fucking cunt, and then I'll be like, God, her mind, the way it works, you know?
It's so interesting.
Yeah, I
Like,
couldn't
mean,
fathom thinking that way.
Whenever I, like, just to, you know, it's insane that she did the burqa thing.
Twice! Like,
That's the thing that makes it different,
twice!
right? Like, there's doing a stunt and there's doing multiple stunts. Those are things that politicians do.
Stunt reprise? Years apart?
Yeah, like with a decade in between, that is
Come on.
absurd. That's not something anyone would ever do.
That's performance
That
art.
is
That's insane.
Absolutely performance art.
Yes.
Archie's excited about it.
He's thrilled. Yeah, seeing her thoughts and kind of her writing and her like perspective on things, it is like an exercise in anthropology. Because it is studying someone who I don't care for at all, and I wouldn't care if she died.
Anthropology.
Anthropology, you know?
Yeah, no, she, like, it, especially because it's, like, you obviously, whenever you're reading an autobiography, you have to wade through the person's self-image and try to understand if they're exaggerating certain things to the point of telling the story inaccurately. But then when you've got that person's self-image being Pauline Hanson,
Yes.
you have to wade through, like, which parts are just like a racism fish and chips fever dream.
Yes, and it's also interesting the things that she brushes over or leaves out. That's also a really interesting thing, as well as the things she focuses on,
Yeah.
which I found very interesting and very
Yeah.
telling.
Yeah.
So anyway, for those who are interested, the slides for today's episode will have some old-ass photos from the book, which I had to take photos of the book because there's no digital copy of the photos that I could find online. Oh yeah, the title of this episode is Pauline Hanson's Precious Little Life.
And the cover is pretty exciting. If you've seen the cover to the Scott Pilgrim comic book series, I think that's what I'm looking at right now.
That is correct. This is the first Scott Pilgrim, but it's got Pauline's face on
It's
it.
got Pauline's face on it, and she's really excited. She's pointing out at something that she's going to achieve. And that something is an ethno-state.
Finally. All right, so chapter 1. This is Pauline Hanson versus Pauline Secombe.
Yeah. Secombe?
I think it's Secombe, but I don't care enough to check.
Yeah, Secombe.
So like I mentioned before, Pauline Hanson, though she's Pauline Secombe at this time, is born on the 27th of May, 1954. She grows up in Woolloongabba, Brisbane, as the 5th child of 7. 4 girls and 3 boys.
Ouch.
You know, Pauline, I do believe, is the youngest daughter. So I think the eldest is a boy, and then the next 4 are girls, and then the last 2 are boys.
Oh, my God. What a nightmare.
Yeah. Her parents, Jack and Nora, owned a cafe near the Gabba cricket ground, and the family lived in the residence above it. And that's a photo that I have right here, is the little cafe that they owned, and they all lived in the apartment upstairs.
Yeah, right. So, like, Cosgroves. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
so the one that they have is called Jack's Cafe, which I think
Jack's
is
Cafe.
this one
Yeah,
on
right.
on the left.
Yeah.
And that car out the front is apparently their family car.
Man, I mean, it just, looks like an old car, old cafe.
Yep, that's them.
That seems pretty normal.
You know?
7 kids, like, I understand normal for the time. I'm not going to call that normal.
Nora and Jack worked long hours, and the kids were expected to pitch in around the home as well as in the cafe. Pauline began working at the cafe around about 12. In her autobiography, which, again, is just what a fucking read, she says something about this time in her life that I found very poignant. And it's something that I think explains a fair bit of Pauline's attitude towards the world.
What I did learn from my parents is that nobody... All right, so what... Okay.
That felt like, kind of like George Bush, but also something else that I could not describe to you.
What I did learn from my parents is that nobody owes you anything, and not to expect anything. Jeez, Pauline, wow, that sucks. I mean, but
So,
she's right.
And like removed from the context of this being Pauline Hanson who says it, right? Like, this is a desperately sad sentiment.
Yeah.
Like that's like kind of sad, right?
That's what life is for working class, or a lot of working class people.
Yeah.
Around the world. I don't know how. I doubt that's true for Pauline Hanson's upbringing, just based on a feeling I have. But that is what it is to be, and not that I'm saying from experience, but that is what it is to be like working class and alienated.
Yeah. The way that Pauline describes her childhood is interesting, right? Because she does glaze it a little bit. Like, she glazes it quite a lot, I think.
Like, she says is really good.
Yeah, but there are parts in there where I'm just like, wow, you were an unloved child.
Yeah, right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
girl.
I mean, the thing
that
is,
sucks.
if you're learning that from your parents, in that, like, that's how they treat you.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you're responsible for this kid, my guy.
You
Jack,
know,
listen.
A lot of the glazing that she's got in her book as well is like, back in those days, the world was perfect and we were all model children, not like today's kids.
I mean, she's right.
But
these 6'7",
these 6'7s.
these 6'7s.
But it also walks this weird line where Pauline has to make it clear that even though she was a good girl and followed all the rules, she was also a rebellious rule breaker who couldn't be tamed.
Shades of Susan Lee.
Very much so. And most importantly, all of this has to relate back to her political profile and image. Right? So she tells this one story that she has deemed to be worthy to include in her autobiography. Like, her first, like, here's the thing, Pauline's also got multiple books now. But this is like her first one. Presumably this would have been the only one. And this is the story that she thinks is really important to tell, okay? Are you ready? It's a really important story.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Good. So as a primary school student, Pauline wouldn't drink the milk that they gave out at school. All the kids had to drink the milk, you see, but Pauline thought it was gross, and so she would tip it out. Now, every lunchtime, the teachers would say,
"Who doesn't drink milk?"
and Pauline would stand up, and the teachers would say,
"Do you have a note from your parents excusing you?"
and Pauline would say, "No," and the teachers would say,
"Well, you have to drink the milk."
and Pauline would say, "No," and tip it out. And the story ends.
What? Wait, that doesn't. They don't contact her parents or something?
No, of course not. This is like
That's the
what,
whole
60s.
story?
The story ends with Pauline saying, "But looking back on the initiative of providing milk to students in primary schools, I do believe its reintroduction would be a great health benefit for school children."
What? What? Okay, so so she's just pouring milk out, staring the teacher in the face.
Yeah.
Fucking
Every day. Every day she's pouring milk out.
Why do they keep giving her milk?
Well, she doesn't have a teacher's note, a parent's note to excuse
no,
her from
but they
having
know
milk.
she's gonna pour it out.
But she has to have the milk.
But they know she's not going to.
She has to drink the milk. She doesn't want to drink the milk.
But they can't force her to drink the milk.
They can't force her to drink the milk, but they give her the milk. And they're like, "Do you have a note that says you don't have to have milk?" And she's like, "I do not have a note that says I don't have to have milk." And they say, "Well, Pauline, you have to drink the milk." She says, "No, I won't drink the milk." And the moral of the story is, we should put milk back in classrooms.
What? Wow. So, okay, let's be really generous. What she's trying to explain. She's trying to explain that and we have a little picture of young Pauline.
Just so you can imagine who's pouring the milk out.
Like, she looks cute in the way that any child looks. But she looks angry in the photo. Like, she looks annoyed at being in the photo. She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look like...
She's just poured out so much fucking milk.
Yeah, she looks like she's just like, hey, I'm going to be a bitch about things. Sometimes I'm just going to do things based on how I feel. But I will leave open the door that I might be wrong. She's showing her growth.
You know,
that's it. She's demonstrating her political growth. She's like, I used to pour milk out, and now I think there should be milk in schools. It's a classic Catholic redemption arc.
It is, and it's this fucking story. You can like feel her clutching at straws as she's writing it to be like, how can I show that I'm like really cool and I'm, devil may care, but I'm also a true blue Aussie, but also I care about children's health.
Yeah, how do you do all of this? But like, it's just like, girl, just lie. Just make up a story. Like, or is this the story she made up?
The milk story? Who's to say?
Because, like,
Who's to
It's like
say?
at that point, you could just make up whatever story you want about primary school to show how, like, you're talking about shit from the 50s or
Yes.
60s. They're all dead. The teachers are all dead.
Nobody's there to refute you, girl.
Nobody's there to refute, you know. Shut up. All right, whatever. So she's pouring out milk. She's pouring it straight onto her shoes.
Yeah, she's filthy with milk.
She's filthy.
Anyway, so her schooling and adolescence were pretty standard otherwise, other than, like, you know, her milk rebellion or whatever. Pauline attends Buranda Girls State School, and after finishing Year 7, attends Cooperoo State High School. And she's sure to tell us that she wore her uniform perfectly, actually, not like these kids these days. So many comments in the book where she's just like, and I wore everything perfectly. And actually, I made sure my skirt was always nicely ironed, my shoes were always polished, and I never forgot my hat.
The skirt's always past the knees.
You know,
and she's
like,
got the
just-
fucking cravat. Is
you
that what you
know-
had, a cravat?
I don't know, maybe? Kerchief.
Kerchief. Fucking...
Just some shit like that.
Just like, she's fucking 52 being like, and I always had my uniform on. What are you
I was a very good girl.
Her kids must have been in high school at that point.
Surely.
That can't... Does she... We'll get there. Anyway.
So after finishing Year 10 in 1969,
Come together.
Pauline leaves school and heads into the workforce. Her first job outside her parents' cafe is at a pharmaceutical company in West End. She's just doing admin stuff.
Yeah.
And this is where she meets Walter Zagorski.
Zagorski. Pauline Hanson vs. Marriage, Part 1.
Correct. So Pauline is 15 when she meets Walter, a Polish immigrant who had arrived in Australia with his mother at 6 years old. Walter and Pauline develop a close friendship and inevitably start dating. And I will mention at this point that Walter is in his mid-20s.
I mean, it's a different... Look, baby, you've put a picture on the screen that I can't get past this picture. Like, I know we're talking about... Is that Pauline and Walter holding, like...
It's like a massive amount of lorikeets.
15 to 18 lorikeets?
Yes.
2 of them are upside down?
Yes.
What is going on?
They're at like a bird sanctuary. I think they're at Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary.
And they let you hold 20 lorikeets? There's so many... So I just couldn't stop looking at that photo. Also, she has, like, dark brown hair.
Yeah, like her hair is like darker. I think she like... So she is a natural redhead, right? I'm pretty sure, but it's not like the red that she has now.
Right. She's like an auburn.
Yeah.
Okay, and so she's... What's his name? Phil?
Walter, yes.
And he's a predator.
Well, yeah. By today's standards, yes.
Well,
By their standards, maybe also yes. Actually, you know what?
No.
We'll get into it. So 10 months after they first meet, Pauline is 16 and pregnant.
Oh, like the show.
Yeah. And that's a bit of a problem in 1970.
Is it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
But, like, the whole Walter thing...
Yeah, they just shouldn't have been having
he's
sex.
Polish. Yeah. No, they're married, though.
They're not. Not yet.
Oh. They're gonna get married.
So, another problem is that Walter has left Brisbane to work on an oil rig in Blackall. Which is a town over 1,000 kilometres to the northwest. And this is right before Pauline finds out the big news. Understandably, telling her parents was out of the question for teen Pauline. So she made the very teenage decision to run away to Blackall to be with Walter.
What else are you gonna do?
You know?
You can't tell your parents, fucking Jack, who taught you that everyone's gonna kick you in the face every time you talk to him. Like, hey, Dad, I'm illegal. I'm immorally pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant in the way the Bible says not to. And he's from fucking Poland.
You know? That's a rough one to sell. That's
Yeah.
a rough one to sell to your parents.
Like, I have to assume the Hanson family are, like, old school racists. Where
The
they don't-
Seccombs, as they were.
Oh, the Seccombs are
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're not into Poles.
Oh, yeah.
They're not into, like, if you're from too far east in France, that's not good.
That's rough. That's rough. Look, they're definitely racists.
Yeah.
Not about Walter.
Oh,
as far
really?
as I'm aware.
They're okay with Zagorski?
They're okay with the Zagorski.
Oh, okay, fine.
But then again, I guess Pauline is their 5th kid of 7.
Pauline's their fifth
Like,
of
at this
7.
point, they're just like, fuck.
At least
you know?
someone's looking after her.
Exactly. So, at first, Pauline lies to her parents and says she'll be staying with Walter's mother for the weekend. She spends Friday evening with Walter's mum, and then tells her that she's going to go visit him in Blackall for no reason at all. Why are you even asking? She hops on an early bus the next day and spends hours travelling. By late afternoon, the bus reaches Charleville, a town about 750 k's from Brisbane.
Charleville is a friendly and vibrant country town with a community of over 3,000 people.
The weather, though, has taken a dramatic turn, and flash floods have cut off the roads between Charleville and Blackall. The bus would go no further, and Pauline was stranded. Clearly distressed. She's a child.
She's 16 and pregnant.
Yes.
Sorry, what'd you say this town's called?
Charleville.
Charleville. She's in Charleville. She's with Childeville.
You know, a stranger comes up to her and offers to fly her in his single-engine plane direct to Blackall as he was headed that way himself.
It's the country. This happens.
Yeah, making another deeply teenage decision, she accepts, and she does get fucking flown to Blackall in this random dude's plane.
She got flued out.
That's
crazy. Hey, you want a lift? I just points at a Cessna.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
well, I mean, I think there's a lot of there's a lot of
it is a
personal
thing in the
planes
country, for sure.
in the country. Yeah,
absolutely.
certainly.
You know?
Yeah.
In a comedy of errors, when Pauline touches down in Blackall and looks for Walter, she finds out he's driven to Charleville to get her. Because he's heard about the flooded roads, and he's just like, fuck it, I'll get her myself.
Wait, but how has he got there? The roads are flooded.
Yeah, he's driving his fucking car through floodwaters and shit.
Oh my god.
It's a whole thing.
And I sold my watch chain.
You know?
Or whatever.
Eventually, he does get back to Blackall, and they reunite, star-crossed lovers and all that. And they wake in the next morning to police pounding on Walter's door. Pauline's parents have contacted police about their underage runaway child, and the cops have come to take Pauline home.
To Blackall? Well, how'd they get there?
I guess they contacted the Blackall people to be like,
police
hey,
in Blackall.
My daughter's fucking boyfriend is in Blackall and my daughter's run away. Is she in Blackall?
My daughter's boyfriend is 25.
Yeah. The cops are like, well, we better go. Knock. And they're just like, hey, you have a child in here.
You got a kid in here?
Get her out.
And it's like, hey, this is the mother of my child. It's like, that's worse.
Uh-oh, stop that. So she goes with them reluctantly, and they put her up in a hotel above the pub in town while they sort out like a bus to take her back to Brisbane. She stays the night there, and early the next morning, Walter swoops in and steals her away. They go bush for the day and sleep underneath the stars. And the next morning, they go back to town and Pauline goes back to Brisbane.
What? So he drives,
He goes into town the next day and is like, Pauline, come with me. And, like, you know...
They have this beautiful
She
day.
fucking runs out of the pub. They get into his car. They speed off into the fucking distance. They go camping out, like, in the bush for the evening. And then eventually they're both like, well, you should probably go home now, Pauline. And she's like, yeah, I probably should. So then she goes back and is like, I'm ready to go home now.
What is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? That's bizarre. Oh my god, I'm reeling. I'm ready to go home now. This sounds like the Pauline Hanson. Fucking Zagorski.
Yeah.
Zagorski's like, you should go home now, kid.
You know?
Has she told him she's pregnant?
Yes.
God damn.
He's pretty excited. He's like, yay! A baby.
What's the plan?
Well, when Pauline gets back to Brisbane, she tells her parents about the pregnancy and that she wants to marry Walter. And a few weeks later, on the 2nd of January 1971, she's back in Blackall wearing her sister's old wedding dress as she becomes Pauline Zagorski. And that's the photo we have here. This is her in her sister's wedding dress and her sister.
Yeah, her sister looks like who I'd expect her sister to look like. I gotta say, I do like her sister's pants. They're kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of fun, right?
And yeah, Pauline's a brunette. Like, she's more, like, she looks like just like a brunette. Pauline Zagorski.
Pauline Zagorski.
And she's like 16. I mean, she doesn't even look that pregnant, so she's...
Nah, she's not mad pregnant yet.
Yeah.
She's like a couple months along. So her and Walter are in Blackall for only a few weeks before the oil rig closes up. Walter's offered a job in South Australia on another rig, and so the two pack up and move to Adelaide.
Well named for a woman.
The job is FIFO, and Walter is away from home 3 weeks out of every month.
Damn.
So he spends like 1 week in Adelaide with Pauline.
Yeah.
And this leaves her by herself. And I remind you again, she's 16, recently married, and expecting her first child in a town that she knows nobody.
Yeah, no, the world's not giving her much.
No. So she hardly leaves the apartment when Walter's gone. Like, she's too anxious to get groceries most of the time.
No, fucking course. This is an insane situation.
Yes.
Like, this kind of has already answered it, like, a fair bit of, like, why she like that. It's like, because her fucking childhood was insane.
Fucking nuts. Yeah, exactly. So, luckily, they don't have to stay in Adelaide long. A few months of work happen before the rig closes down as well. And this time, the Zagorskis are headed back to Brisbane. So that's good. She'll have family and stuff around.
Yeah.
Yay. So they move back into Pauline's childhood home above the parents' cafe. All the other kids have, like, moved out by this point, because, like, well, most of them. I think her younger brothers are still there.
I can't believe they were fitting 9 people in there.
Yeah. Basically, like, all the girls shared a room, all the boys shared a room, and then the parents had a room.
And those rooms are just bad.
You know, pretty much. So Walter gets a job as a delivery driver, and Pauline works downstairs when she can manage it. She gives birth to her first child, Tony, a month after her 17th birthday.
Tony Zagorski.
Tony Zagorski.
Pauline Hanson's son.
Yes. You know? How's that taste on your palate?
Oh,
While we have a moment.
We should call her Pauline Hanson.
Fuck's sake.
Very funny. Yeah, right. So she's 16. She's just had Tony. She's working. She's still at the cafe her parents own. She's in Brizzy. She's in Wollongabba.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize she was like actually a Brisbane girl.
Yeah, she's
I thought she
fully
was
from Brisbane.
like somewhere outside of Brisbane, you know, just from the vibe. She's from the city.
She's a Brisbane girl.
Well, I don't know if Wollongabba was the city in the 70s. I don't really know how that works with Brizzy, but yeah, okay.
Pauline's parents try multiple times over the next couple of years to help her and Walter start their own business. Each time it fails, and while we'll never really know why they don't succeed, Pauline is very happy to blame the failures on Walter.
I mean, that's fair enough. He sounds like a deadbeat.
Yeah. It's around the time that little Tony is about a year old that Pauline makes a terrible discovery. And this is baffling, not because of what it is, because, like, you should have seen this coming, but, like, of how it happens. So this is the quote from the book that I have for you to read out.
All right. One day, after work, I put a tape on to listen to some music while I cleaned the house. All of a sudden, the music stopped playing, and I heard Walter's voice on the tape. He was asking some woman if she loved him. I listened to the whole tape, and by the end, I was devastated. What?
Yeah.
So kids, for the kids out there, if I am to understand correctly, so back in the day, music was on analog tapes, little physical cassettes. I imagine that's what she's referring to. And it was fairly easy to record stuff onto it. A lot of people would just record stuff onto their cassettes from the radio.
That's what a mixtape is, kids.
That's what a mixtape is. And to be clear, like, we're too young to have really used these.
Yeah.
This is like Pauline Hanson age. And Walter has taken a tape with music on it.
Yes.
And recorded over it his infidelity.
Yes.
And then left the tape with the rest of the music tapes.
Yes.
And she's put it on and then listened that.
Yes.
That and so the then, what the fuck are you talking about, Karen? That's
This is directly from the book.
So I see with the quote marks, and yet
yes.
that's not from a real book.
Yes.
That's not from an actual book. What are you? So what? Okay, is there an explanation?
No.
We don't.
You get this is the explanation you get of how she finds out Walter is cheating on her. Is she hears it on a tape?
On a tape. That it's like, so it's not like, if you're imagining like, oh, it was a voice note or whatever. It's not, I don't think, easy to accidentally do this.
No, like he has to have done it on purpose for some goddamn reason, and as you've said, left it out, and Pauline has played it and heard this section and been like, oh my god, he's cheating. The questions this raises.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is accurate, like if this is actually what fucking happened, because that's insane.
Logistically,
but then how do you make this up?
Well, that's the thing. How do you come up with that?
You know?
Because
she could have just been like, you know, he was keeping late nights. I found lipstick on his collar.
I found
but
a
she's
letter.
like, oh, I was listening to some music and then I heard his voice on the tape talking to a woman being like, I am being unfaithful to my wife with you, woman.
What the fuck is going on? Logistically, I don't understand how
Yes.
this happens. Also, like, who's that hot about Walter?
You know, you saw him. Anyway, so she confronts Walter and he admits to the affair. And the two stay together.
But he's like, I don't know what you're talking about with this tape.
What the fuck? Yeah, but I haven't recorded it. Like, yes, I am cheating on you, but I've never like made a voice note about it.
So are you saying it was on a tape with music? I don't know how I do that.
It's like, I don't.
I'm Walter.
Do
I don't
you know how to
anything.
do that?
Anyway, so okay.
Anyway, so he admits to it, but they stay together. But their relationship obviously doesn't super like recover. I mean, her name's not Pauline Zagorski.
No, No, it's famously not. I don't think that'd sell as well.
No. In 1974, Walter just up and fucking disappears for 2 months without telling Pauline where he's going or when he'll be back.
Real good guy.
Yeah.
Real good guy.
Yeah.
This is his fault.
This is all Walter's fault.
I think he's probably most to blame.
Well...
She was 15. I think... Okay, go on. So Walter disappears for 2 months.
Yeah, so Pauline is working at a bar in a hotel, so she can support herself and Tony. Walter's income isn't super necessary, but obviously they're not doing, like, super great. And
Walter's income isn't super necessary.
Yeah, in that she at least has a job.
They're able to support themselves.
She can at least survive
Walter.
on her income from the bar.
Her infidelity is husband.
Yeah, you know? But she has also just found out that she is pregnant with her second child.
Walters?
Yes.
Girl.
Yeah.
What? You make a tape about that too? You put some music on while you were fucking him?
You know,
then, like,
just to
halfway
record it
through,
just in case.
You just hear him just, like, talking about stocks or something.
You know?
There's just random recordings of Walter. What the fuck? Another one. No,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Like, so she's what? What year you say this is?
This is in 1974, so she'd be 20?
She's turning 20 this year. Yeah, and a lot of her life is tied to this dickhead.
Yes, very much so. So basically,
Fucking hell.
when he comes back, like 2 months later, no fucking explanation, he's happy that she's pregnant again. He's like, oh my god, yay, our family's gonna get bigger.
Zamorsky.
You know, their second son, Stephen, is born in February of 1975. 6 months after Stephen is born, Walter disappears again. And this time he's gone for 2 years.
For 2 years?
He just fucks off for 2 years.
Do we know where he went?
No.
Poland.
So Pauline does not hear from him at all until she files for divorce in 1977. Because she's like, well, my deadbeat shithead husband who cheats on me
Yeah.
fucked off for 2 years.
I don't know where he
I don't
is.
know where he is. I'm getting a divorce. This
I
shit's
think
done.
That helps. I think she probably even back that. Can she get benefit payments? And I don't mean that like in a cynical sense. Like, would that be something you'd need to actually get divorced to receive payments?
I don't know.
Okay.
So although they do actually legally get divorced, when Walter hears that Pauline's divorcing him, he comes back and he's like, wait, babe, I love you. But they do agree to get divorced, but they give their relationship one more shot.
But they get divorced?
They're divorced, but now they're still, like, living together as a couple.
And
but
he's
they
now
are divorced.
just like in his early 30s.
Yeah.
And just fucks off every once in a while, leaving
Yeah.
his recently teenage wife to look after 2 sons.
Yes. Ugh. Walter is moving to Melbourne for work. And in the spirit of giving it a go, I guess, Pauline packs up the kids and goes with him. I will remind you they are divorced.
What?
If
like
you-
they got divorced?
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. They've got the actual divorce. Like, why go through that and then...
Just one more time. We'll give it one more go.
That's bizarre. All right, so she's going to Melbourne with
Yes.
Tony, Stephen, and Walter.
Yes. But if you remember how things went last time Pauline went with Walter for work, you'll know how this story goes.
She is locked in an apartment, but now with 2 babies.
Yeah, she's basically housebound. She doesn't make friends or speak to anybody. She will take Tony to primary school and then just, like, hang out with Stephen in the apartment all day. And Walter is out of the house from 7 a.m. to midnight.
She's like, I
every
better
day.
not put on any music or I'll find out the greatest horrors of the Bible or something.
Yeah. After yet another, sorry, I won't be home for dinner, from Walter, Pauline swallows some painkillers and washes it down with booze.
Hell yeah.
She realizes pretty quickly that actually that was a bad idea because now she feels too fucked up to take care of the kids. And she pages Walter because of pages, you know.
Yeah, right. Pagers. Kids, imagine a phone that can only send texts that are at most 10 letters long.
Yeah, imagine you had a device that could only send tweets, but to specifically people.
You can't even send a tweet.
You know,
A
no.
tweet's so much longer.
So she pages Walter, asking him to come home because she's like, I can't take care of the kids, you have to come home. He says he'll come home if he can bring a woman that Pauline doesn't know back with him.
Wow.
He admits he is having another affair.
Wow. And he's like, I can't come unless I...
Can bring my
Bring
date
her?
with me. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. That's... Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What a guy.
Yeah,
What
Walter's a real winner.
What a real winner. what a like stand-up gentleman, like a real credit to the Australian people.
Absolutely. A real
Oh.
Australian success story.
Well, just the audacity of every step of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, the narrator here is noted liar Pauline Hanson.
Yes.
So
Grain of salt,
Grain of
like
salt,
brick
gram
of
of
salt if you
crack.
like. Yeah, gram of crack.
because other than because as presented, not only is she like married to a scumbag, but like one of the weirdest dudes.
Yes.
Like this is not normal behavior.
No.
Like why would the date want to come?
Right?
Why would she want to help?
Right? I don't know. This is not
Well,
explained.
hey, you want to meet my sons? This is a great opportunity for you to meet my
yeah,
sons.
come meet my sons. Yeah, my wife's there. Ooh.
Ex-wife.
Yeah, my ex-wife is there. Yeah, because
Oh, right,
that's the thing.
They
are divorced.
But they're
But they're in a relationship.
co-parenting?
I guess, but they're
It's what-
also kind of like romantically. It's a whole thing.
They're in an open... Okay, so polycule Pauline.
Yes. So, except she didn't know about it.
Does she come, the date? Does Pauline say yes?
No, Pauline's just like, fuck you. And like, says like, don't come home then.
Yeah.
And because this time, because they're already divorced, right?
Yeah.
Like, Pauline literally just packs up the kids and like bounces back to her parents' place. They're now on the Gold Coast though, instead of in Brisbane. Her parents
is
have
how-
retired to the Gold Coast.
This is how that happens.
Not yet.
Okay.
So yeah,
So she goes back to Goldie.
She goes back to the Goldie. She takes the kids.
We're done with Walter.
She does not hear from Walter again for another 13 years.
Right. Okay, cool. That's good. I think that's good for her.
Yeah, yeah.
Girl, he's not good for you. Pauline Hanson versus Marriage, Part 2.
Correct.
I like that the background to these slides is that bright orange.
Yeah, it had to
It's
be,
a
you know.
cute font as well.
You gotta have it this way.
Yeah. Well, she married Fonzie.
We'll get into this in a moment, but
Henry Winkler.
back in Queensland, Pauline starts working behind the bar again at a nightclub in Surfers Paradise. It's about a year after she moves back that she meets Mark Hanson at the bar.
There we go.
He's chatting her up and she's very receptive, but Mark lives in Ipswich. He's in the Gold Coast right now working with his brother as a plumber. He does have to go back to Ipswich though. He has a daughter from his first marriage and he owns a home there. He tells Pauline he's always dreamed of having his own plumbing business. And she reckons he can do it. She'll support him all the way. And this is why 2 months after meeting, in November of 1978, Pauline once again packs up the kids and moves into Mark's home in Ipswich.
So I guess Pauline. Pauline.
I'm begging of you, please don't marry that man.
Yeah. But I think this also does speak to, like, you don't want to fucking live with your parents.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does. And this is like a new
Shout out
romantic
Berdine.
spark,
Hope you're doing well. Thanks for signing up to the Patreon. But like, yeah, Pauline clearly is like, I'm not living with my parents. I can't live with my parents. Like, it's like anything is better than this.
So yeah, they this is how Pauline gets to Ipswich. And the same month that they move in together, they start up Hanson's Plumbing Service, which is going to be Mark's business that Pauline also helps run.
That's what they should call the party.
Hanson's Plumbing Service?
Yeah, we're going to drain the swamp.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my fucking God.
Oh, hey, buddy, what's going on?
You stinking? The business is going well, and in 1980, Pauline finds out that she's pregnant.
Of course she is.
Mark is thrilled, and they
he
decide
is.
to get married, which is where we have this beautiful wedding picture of the two of them.
Yeah, she's starting to look a lot more like Pauline, that very, like that big smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes. Yeah, and Mark looks like, it kind of looks like Fonzie, honestly.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
Like, he kind of looks like Henry Winkler from Happy Days. He's wearing a white suit. I don't like it as a sartorial choice for this man, but he's probably the darkest person he's ever met, so fair cop. Yeah.
So they get married. Yay.
Yeah.
This
she's
is...
having her third child.
Yeah, she's having a third child. She's now Pauline Hanson. Big crazy thing. Can you guess where Pauline and Mark go on their honeymoon?
Canberra.
Oh, and you were so close. That's right, it's Asia.
Of course they fucking went. Where, they go to Bali?
They travel through Hong Kong, Manila, Bangkok, and Kuala Lumpur.
Hong Kong, Manila, Bangkok, and Kuala Lumpur.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you might be thinking, hang on, Kieran, Pauline, swamped by Asians Hanson, went to a bunch of Asian cities by choice?
Yeah, she hates Asians.
Yeah, And she sure did. And she has something to say about it, too.
About her trip?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. When visiting some parts of Asia, I was not very impressed. In Manila, while walking down the street, some locals spat on the footpath at our feet as we walked past them. In Bangkok, we were taken out for the night with a new tour guide and ended up in a sleazy male-filled nightclub that had women performing explicit sexual acts. Oh my god. So she's just... So, I guess... shout out the locals spitting on the footpath at Pauline Hanson's feet.
You know, trendsetters.
Mark, yeah, like, absolutely do that. Bangkok ended up in a sleazy male-filled nightclub. What a way to describe it. Male-filled nightclub that had women performing explicit... So, like a
sex club, basically.
Like she's in
like a strip joint.
yeah, one of those places. Yeah. I mean, it's Bangkok, you know?
Yeah.
As Ludacris said, I Bangkok in Bangkok or whatever.
You know?
I Bangkok in Bangkok. Can't stop.
And with that story as well, she's just like, and the tour guide wouldn't let us leave. He said the doors were locked. And Mark was like, oh, we'll have to stay. And I'm like, yeah, I bet Mark said we'll have to stay. I bet he did.
Oh my gosh, she's one of the most gullible people there's ever been.
Yeah, she also complains about the cost of a Coke and orange juice in Kuala Lumpur and is like, it's too expensive. And I was going to riff on her and look up like the cost that she's quoted and be like, oh, that's not that expensive. It is in today's money like $42 for 2 drinks.
Yeah, that's pretty
And so
expensive.
she argues, she's like, oh, if you put alcohol in it, I'll pay for it. And so they do. And so I guess she was drinking while pregnant. I don't know.
Man, she could have got methanol poisoning and we'd be saved from all of this.
You know? Anyway, so 6 months after their honeymoon, her third son, Adam, is born.
Adam Hanson.
Correct. So Pauline now has 3 sons of her own, as well as Mark's daughter, Amanda, who comes over every other weekend.
Amanda Hanson.
Yes, Amanda Hanson.
Just calling a bar.
Now,
can I get Amanda Hanson?
I need Amanda Hanson. Sorry, Adam? No, Amanda, doesn't matter. So because the business is doing well, Pauline starts renovating their house and buying multiple investment properties for them to rent out.
Man, it was a different time.
It was.
Oh, we're doing really well with our family-run plumbing business and 3.5 children.
Yes.
In Ipswich.
Yeah.
Let's start buying multiple properties.
Correct.
That's what
And they
Queensland...
like rent them out and shit, you know?
I mean, this is the same time Clive's doing that.
Exactly. Beneath their own house, they build a pool room, like the game, not the water. And this is what Pauline points to in Untamed and Unashamed as the reason their marriage didn't work.
The pool room?
Yes. As Mark uses the pool room to spend time drinking with his buddies more and more, he spends less and less time with Pauline and the kids. And the time he did spend with them was not of a good quality. Pauline says she doesn't know the extent of it until later, but Mark gradually became more abusive to her and the children the more he drank.
Yeah.
In particular, he was violent to Tony and Stephen.
The
and
kids from the Zagorskis.
Yep. And showed a favoritism to his own children.
Yeah.
You know, like, I guess, a fucking dropkick in 1980s Australia does.
Yeah, like I'd expect an Australian man in the 80s to behave. Like, that sounds like how Australians are.
Yeah. Pauline has her 4th child and first daughter, Lee, in 1983. So at this point, Mark is as absent a father as one can get, given that he lived in the house with the family.
Seems like he lived under the house.
Yeah, he mainly was living under the house, just drinking himself into a fucking stupor. In 1985, Mark flies into a rage and chases 14-year-old Tony through the house. Tony manages to barricade himself in his room while Mark punches holes in the door. Pauline and their plumbing apprentice that was living with them at the time, because that's also what they used to do.
There's just a guy living...
There's just another guy. There's just like
Mark's
a teenage dude there just being like, the boss is really angry.
He's just got a boy.
Yeah, he's got a work boy. Yeah, you can just get a work boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pauline and their apprentice pull Mark off of the door, and Pauline is realizing that, oh shit, this actually is not okay.
I've managed to marry someone worse than fucking Walter.
Yeah. You know,
That
what's
sucks.
worse, him not being here or him being here?
Oh my god. Well,
You know?
him mostly not being there.
You know?
Oh, that sucks.
So she does realize that, yeah, her husband might seriously hurt her son if something isn't done. And so, naturally, she sends Tony away to live with his grandmother, Walter's mother.
I guess, man, she really must hate living with her parents.
You know?
She's like, I can't put you through that.
She's like,
Kid-
I won't do this.
Kid, Tony, I'm not doing that to you.
Go to
Like,
Walter's
you-
mom.
Go hang out with
Go
that.
to your father's mother. Not long after that, Pauline decides to get back into the workforce outside of the plumbing business. So basically, she'd been doing the admin for the plumbing and blah, blah, blah. And when she tells Mark that she wants to go get a job, he's just like, not under my fucking roof, basically.
Right.
But Pauline at this point doesn't give a fuck. And so she goes for an interview at a hotel bar. Now, she does make the mistake that she is, like, she tells him, she's like, I'm going for an interview at this hotel bar. on this day at this time.
Oh no.
And she shouldn't have been surprised when Mark just like fucking shows up to her interview and just sits there silently fuming while she gets interviewed by like her future boss. And she gets hired because they're so short-staffed that the fact that she's willing to work, like the fucking employer or whatever is like, I guess you have an insane husband, but yeah, you can work the bar. We need somebody to work the bar.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She.
Oh, and the apprentice is there too, also just sitting there. Because he's got to go wherever his boss goes.
Because he's just the boy.
He's the boy.
He's just like his
he's
boy.
He's the work
He's
boy,
just
you know?
you get him to... He's grabbing
You just
the
got to
drinks
take him
and
with
shit.
you. Like,
you can't leave him at home.
You know, you could leave him in the car with a window cracked, but like at that point, you know, you might as well just take him with you.
Hey, come on, boy. I've got a job at this hotel at this time. And he's like, oh, sure. And then they show up. It's like, is that...
It's like, but that's Mrs. Hanson.
He's like 13.
You know?
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, so Pauline ends up working part-time at the bar, but still has to manage all of the domestic duties expected from a woman in 1980s Australia. It's in 1985 that things really crack for Pauline and Mark, because this is also the first time she tries to leave him. They're arguing one night, and Pauline snaps, and she packs a bag and starts walking away from the house. She's like, fuck this, I'll be back in the morning, and we can sort this out, but I'm not staying with you, we're going to get a divorce. Mark follows her in his car and says that he'll drive it into the river if she doesn't come back. And, you know, he promises to change, all that stuff, and Pauline is a bit of a soft heart for this. I mean, obviously we saw that with Walter.
No, but we...
You know, if someone promises to change, she's like, all right, and, like, we'll go back.
Yeah.
So she goes back. Mark continues to be a piece of shit to her and the kids, and, like, nothing changes, basically. It's January of 1987, so 2 years later, that Pauline does move herself and the kids into one of their rental properties. So
Right,
she's like,
they
it's
own
done.
a bunch of properties.
Yes. Yeah. So she's like, it's done. I'm moving into a rental property. You know, we can co-parent, but, like, we can't stay together. This doesn't work anymore. At first, Mark is co-parenting well and gets along well with Pauline and the kids and stuff. But then he starts dating one of their tenants.
Oh my god! And the boy's just there.
And the boy
as
is just
well.
still there.
He just
Poor
has to
boy,
watch.
you know?
He's like, what happened to Mr.
like-
Hanson?
Oh, Mr. Hanson, things seem a little bit tricky right now. Uh-oh.
I thought you were gonna teach me how to plumb.
He's like,
but
do I
we're-
need to learn this too?
We're
Because I
plumbing
don't
the
like
depths
it.
of sadness here.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
You know, and soon after he starts dating this tenant, he doesn't want to talk to Pauline or the kids at all. All communication has to go through his new girl.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's in 1988 that Pauline and Mark officially divorce. Pauline chooses to keep the name Hanson for her kids, I guess, but I imagine she probably just doesn't want to change it again.
No, it probably costs more money at this point as well.
Yeah, so she's like, fuck it, it's fine.
They're like, this is the third time. It's an extra fee.
And you could have guessed, but they do fight over child support a lot. Initially, Pauline makes sure the two kids that they share together, so Adam and Lee, go and visit. Mark, however, is still the piece of shit he was before, and after an incident in 1991, the children refuse to see him again because the cops get called because the neighbors can hear him, like, beating the kids, basically.
Yep, right, okay.
So he is like a full cunt. Like,
He's a massive piece of shit.
He's worse than Walter, which is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
He's, like, Pauline has had two real stinkers in a row.
Real stinkers. So that's that done. They argue about child support. Basically, he's like, Pauline has this whole thing, right, in the book where she's like, I told him, you know, he doesn't have to pay, but $40 a week would go a long way if he could just pay that.
It'd be enough to buy 2 drinks in Bangkok.
We could buy 2 drinks in Bangkok every week. And he pays sporadically and then, like, just stops paying altogether and, like, shuts down the business and is like, I am no longer employed. I cannot pay child support.
Because he just has the rental properties. He can just live in the house.
Yeah.
This is your landlord, folks.
Yeah.
Is Mark Hanson.
It's Mark fucking Hanson.
That's basically most of your landlords.
So, Pauline, she's moved out. She's working at the bar more now to kind of, like, pay for everything because she's got, like, 3 kids that she's paying for at the moment. Reminder, Tony is living with Lydia Zagorski.
Tony's with Lydia Zagorski, and Amanda's not her kid.
And Amanda's not her kid.
So she's got the other Zagorski
She's
and
got
the
Stephen,
2 Hansons.
Adam, and Lee. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So while she's working at the bar, she meets a new man, Maury Marsden, Who she
Maury?
dates? Maury. Yeah, Morrie. I don't know what it's short for.
Morrison?
Probably.
Right.
Or Morris or something. Anyway, Maury Marsden.
Still a bizarre name. Maury Marsden sounds
Yeah.
like it's an alliterative name, and so it's a Marvel hero.
Yeah, you know? Yeah.
I have the best jokes.
So she dates Maury for a few years, but she never lives with him,
Good choice.
which is a really good choice.
Pauline Hanson learns an important lesson about her life.
For now.
Oh no.
Now, Maury is important because he tells her about his uncle's old fish and chip shop. The very same one that she would own and operate for the following decade.
Hell yeah.
Which brings us to...
Pauline Hanson versus Marsden Seafood. Why is it verse?
Always verse.
I just really thought she at least did operate the seafood place, like at least, like I just thought that was just normal, and then it went crazy. But I guess it's obviously been batshit this whole time. Like
I mean, it's pretty normal, to be fair. So, Maury Marsden, if he was competing in the Pauline Hanson Partners competition, would probably win the least fuckwit award.
Hell yeah, Maury.
He seems to be a gentler guy with limited experience with women who Pauline just didn't like immediately jump into living with.
Yeah,
Right? Like
yeah.
this is a measured, normal relationship with, I guess, a soft boy.
This is also like two mature people.
Yes.
Like they've been through things, and Pauline's in her 30s at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Pauline expresses interest in owning her own business, Maury is the man to tell her that his uncle's old fish and chip shop, now owned by somebody else, is up for sale again. He tells her that it was successful back in his uncle's day and that he's sure it'd be successful again with the right direction. And so in 1987, Maury and Pauline go into the business together and they purchase the shop. Pauline works the day-to-day practical stuff, operating the shop, cooking, ordering supplies, hiring staff, you know, like the management of the shop itself.
Yes.
And Maury does like the administrative stuff.
Okay.
So
You have to
he's
file
like
papers
a
and
shadow
shit.
manager or whatever. He's
Yeah.
just doing like the background shit. Pauline is very proud about this kind of like CEO era in her
Yeah.
book. And she waxes poetic about how everyone told her she couldn't run a business as a woman, and that when she was going to the local fish markets to purchase product, she was the only woman there who owned a shop.
Yeah, right.
And it was such a stir.
I guess I believe that.
You know, here's a picture of Pauline with some fish.
I've seen that picture.
A classic.
That is, so the picture we've got here is Pauline Hanson. She's got a tray of just like dead raw fish in front of her, and just a bunch of like drinks behind her. I think it's probably a Solo.
I think so.
Yeah, I see a Bundy. I see some Schweppes.
Classics.
And you've probably seen this photo. This is the like Pauline Hanson owns a fish and chip shop photo.
Yes. She unverifiably claims in the 8 years that she attended the fish auctions that she was the only woman there who owned her own shop. You know, like
Well,
she's like, I was just me.
It's unverifiable.
Yes. It's impossible to say, but she claims it. She says in her book that the men at the markets were great, though she does make sure to mention that they were mostly Greek with a increasing number of Vietnamese.
An increasing number of Vietnamese.
Anyway, with the shop up and running, Pauline starts to hire additional staff. Outside the business, she has a young woman named Barbara come live with her to take care of her kids.
Right.
Because she's now got a work girl.
So she's got a girl.
Yes.
Fucking Mark's got a boy.
Yeah.
So these
Can I make it any more obvious? Paulie's got a girl, and Mark's got a boy.
She's living a weird life where a lot of it is like rich people life.
Yes.
She's got multiple properties. She's got a girl. Her ex-husband has a boy. There's a bunch of kids. She's a business owner. She's got staff. But she is like, I guess, insecure and hustling as
Yes.
well. It's a strange dichotomy.
It is. It's super weird. Within the business, she hires 2 women full-time as well as another part-timer. This is over like a period of time.
Yeah, the
but
8
like,
years, yeah.
Pauline was interested in exclusively hiring women in the shop, and this proved to be a bit of an issue when putting out job advertisements in the newspaper.
Because that's probably illegal. On the first occasion that I rang the local newspaper to place an ad, I said I wanted to advertise for a female for casual work in the shop. The classified sales girl said, "You can't say you want a female. That is sex discrimination." "You've got to be joking," I said. "I'm the one paying their wages and I can't advertise who I want. Okay, would you please say that I want someone with boobs?" Oh, I mean, hey,
Hey,
what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
What you gonna do about
She's
it?
ahead of her time. I think.
Pauline then has like a little bit of a rant about why job discrimination should be allowed, actually.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, this leads into something, I imagine.
Yeah, because it saves everybody wasting their time applying for positions they aren't going to get. And that's what's most important.
Look, she has the tiniest point here, and it's the same point that I make about the cake shop, which is like, if you make job discrimination illegal, same way that if you make like discriminating against people in rental situations illegal, they'll still just do it.
Yeah.
The business owner has full, like, they can just...
Like, this is not something that can be actively policed like that.
No.
Unless you have, like, an incredible clear case.
Like, you have to... You remember that episode of That's So Raven?
Let's go. If you could get...
Yeah.
Where Raven and her white friend apply for a job.
Yes.
And the white friend gets it, even though she's much worse than Raven at
Yes.
the job. And they end up... And Oprah gets involved. And they end up getting the manager saying on the audio...
I don't like black people, or I don't hire black people. Yeah.
And then right after that, you hear Walter Zagorski having sex.
Exactly.
But like when it's just not something the law really works at, because you can just say like, I didn't think they'd be right.
Yeah.
Who's checking?
Right?
What?
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's a whole thing, and she goes into it. She's like, wah, 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 wah. Anyway, she does say that she did hire a teenage boy one time. But he was shit at the job, and so apparently she got him a different job. Sure thing, Pauline. And I guess, like, as an aside for future episodes, Lee Hanson, which is Pauline's daughter, says in an article for the Daily Mail in 2025, in the lead up to her own bid for Parliament, that this is the biggest point of contention between them politically, is that Lee doesn't think job discrimination is good, actually, but Pauline does. That's their big mother-daughter friction point.
Interesting. Lee doesn't think job discrimination is good. So she's just like more modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's like the modern Pauline Hanson is like, oh, but whatever.
You know? Anyway, so working the business became a massive time sink for Pauline, and she didn't spend a whole lot of time with her kids. I don't have an accurate timeline, but at some point during Pauline's business era, her son Stephen goes to live with her parents on the Gold Coast. So this is the other Zagorski boy.
Yeah, so Steven Zagorski's living with the Sakurms.
Yes. It's one sentence in her book, but I think it does speak volumes, because it's just like, just the words like, around this time, Stephen went to live with my parents.
Yeah.
And then just moves on to something else completely.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is particularly interesting given that this is now 2 children of hers that have gone to live apart from her as teenagers. Both the Zagorski boys. And here's a fun fact. When you check Pauline's Wikipedia page right now, you'll see it lists her as having only 2 children. And it names those 2 children as being Adam and Lee. Tony and Stephen, her children through her first marriage, are completely absent. There's no mention of them in her Wikipedia.
Interesting.
Walter's mentioned, but Stephen and Tony aren't.
Weird.
And it's not as if people don't know about them.
And it says she's got 2.
It says she's got 2 children.
Weird.
Yeah.
But like, Stephen's living with her parents.
Yes.
Like, because it's like...
Now, the reason Stephen's living with her parents and not with Tony and Walter and his mum, the Zagorskis, is because Walter is now like, Stephen's not my son.
Well, because, I mean, he was just not there for big chunks of that period, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So there's just, like, immense family drama going on.
Yes, whole bunch of stuff. So while it seems like the family, like, right now, generally is, like, in touch with each other and stuff like that today, it has been, like, a bit weird.
Yeah,
over the decades.
I mean,
it's been kind of, like, fucking shambolic.
Especially the Zagorski kids specifically.
Yeah.
Kind of went through the most of it, because they moved so many times.
So frequently.
To and from Melbourne, into and out of houses with guys.
Yeah.
With her parents, and
yeah. You know, a whole shit show. But we'll get into that at another point. Pauline writes this quote from her daughter in her book.
Mum, it was hard growing up with you working in the shop. We had to do a lot of things for ourselves and manage the best we could. But you know, I would not change a thing. It taught me to be independent and responsible. It has also made me appreciate you more and all you have done for us.
You know, something she definitely said.
And she said that at 5 years old.
Yeah, for sure, you know.
Just tweeting that out.
Exactly, like, it's just,
yeah.
It smacks of, like, a lot of this smacks to me of insecurity of her life choices. Because, like, all of her choices, especially concerning her children and, like, the environments they were raised in and stuff, I feel like you can tell from when she's writing that she knows how much of it was wrong and should not have been the case.
Yeah, looking
and
back
was not
on
okay.
Yeah.
but she has to be able to separate that from her own choices and be like, you know what, actually, I did everything right. I didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing I could have done different.
Yeah.
And my kids know that, and they can see that, and they love me.
And it sounds like she can't accept her own vulnerability.
Yeah.
In this, because I think
She also like had her shit like fucked up over all of this.
No, I
like,
mean, like she was fucking
all of these men
molested.
Yeah.
She was molested and abused
Yeah.
by a succession, by a pair of men.
Yeah.
Starting from when she was a teenager.
Yeah, she left high school and basically ran through a shit show until her 30s.
Yeah, like but her worldview doesn't allow for empathy, for sympathy, for understanding, and for vulnerability. Like,
Yes.
her worldview is one of, like, there is no one out there for you.
And
I'm
yeah.
perfect at it.
And this is something that I think folds into her weird victim complex, right? Because it can't be about all of these things that have happened to her that quantifiably were bad and put her in a victim situation, right? It can't be those things, because then I guess she would have to admit that all that stuff was not okay.
Yeah. And
Everything that happened to her up until, like, the point she finally is independent and on her own
yeah.
was fucked. And not only did she go through it, her kids went through it as well. Like,
I mean, her
it can't
kids are a big part of why she had to go through it,
Yeah.
because of the limited decisions she's able to make.
And I do think fundamentally she loved both of these men, right? And I think that's also a painful thing to, because she says it as well. She's like, I remember a lot of happy times with them as well, you know, as well as the bad stuff. But like, when I was reading the bad stuff, I was like, girl, the bad stuff is bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's a fucked situation. And I think this is why she has to seek to be a victim in other contexts.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be about something else. It can't be because the men she loved
Took advantage.
hurt her and took advantage of her.
Yeah.
You know? I
She,
think
like,
think
is-
that that's where a lot of that primal urge to find something
Yep.
that has hurt her, that she can say, well, you know, it has nothing to do with me or the choices I've made or the life I've lived. It's surface level. It's because I'm white. It's because you're Asian. You know, it's I think seeking a way to lash out without knowing what she wants to lash out against.
Yeah.
And then I think she's just dug her heels in.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most empathy that I will show for Pauline Hanson, is this episode. From here on out, she is just like, she's the Pauline Hanson we all know.
Well, yeah.
Right?
It's
But
just,
you can
it's
see
not
that
hard
this
to-
is...
It's not hard to see how someone so odious could be built by
Yeah.
this upbringing and experience.
That's the tragedy of the villain origin story, right?
Yeah.
Is to see somebody become that person.
Well, yeah.
And to be like, oh, I can't stop this. This is just like,
Yeah.
this is how it happens, right? But all the shit's about to be in the past. Because it's 1990 now, and Pauline is about to embark on a journey that leads to her induction into Australia's political landscape, into pop culture, into jail, and finally as the head of her own political movement. But that is something to explore next time.
Oh, jail?
Oh yeah, did I not tell you about Pauline Hanson going to jail?
We'll find out about it
Yeah.
next time, I guess. Hey, stay excited for that.
Yeah.
I think it's important to find the empathy for whoever it is that you're covering. If you're trying to learn about somebody, from there you can build the understanding. You need to find somewhere that you can, however deep you need to go to find the common thread between you two, and then you can build the understanding of everything that comes from there. I never really thought I'd do that for Pauline Hanson, but like, at the end of the day, this isn't the same story as a liberal politician who went to a grammar school and got a job in a consultancy and is now a covert racist.
Yeah.
This is the story of somebody who's, like, kind of being chewed up by sexism, really.
Yeah, and...
That's the wildest thing, because she's, like, sexist as well.
Yes.
She has a lot of beliefs about, like, men being better.
Yeah.
Which I imagine we'll cover.
And I think this all, again, just falls down to the world that she was raised in and the ways that she was, like, chewed up and spat out. And it's insane that she never, I guess, connected the dots of the idea that women can do it too, because she's out there doing a lot of this, like, pioneering shit in her own words. But that's because of her, she's like men. Other women are not like men. They don't have that like drive like men have, you know? She's different. She's better than the regular woman, you know? And I think this also comes into like all of this, like her backstory and her history is a mishmash of, I think, conflicting ideas. And I think the trauma of it on her psyche has broken it up into pieces that have had to wedge themselves together in whatever ways they will fit so that she can keep going with her life. You know, I think that's basically what's happened. And now we have the Pauline that we have, you know, today. Obviously, it escalates, but all of the things here are like laid out, ready to be picked up and turned into something different.
Yeah, turned into something like hateful.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of positives.
No, very little positives, actually.
This is someone who's just, been let down by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And isn't, I don't know if it's just a patriotism, but she can't even seem to really blame the people who did it.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't know if that's just racism, which feels insane, but maybe that's it. Maybe she's the most racist person ever. You know? That she's like, my white husband's cheated on me and beat me because of Asians.
You know, oh yeah, there's another thing I'll mention offhand because it is kind of relevant, but I could not find anything to verify it outside of Pauline's book, where she says she has a refugee woman from Laos who comes to work at the cafe for a few months, named Lily, and she's like, yeah, you know, Lily was such a good worker. I wanted her to be a manager even, but she didn't last because she really wanted to work in something to do with gardening. And, you know, years later, people asked Lily, they said, what do you think about Pauline Hanson? She's a big racist. And Lily said, I love Pauline. I'd hug her right now if I could. She was such a good boss to me.
We need to talk to Lily.
You know?
We need to find Lily and talk to her.
Yeah.
I'll go to fucking Vientiane or whatever.
Just be like, what the fuck is going on?
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Anyway, that is the setup for Pauline Hanson.
Yeah.
That is the lore. That is kind of the things you probably didn't know about Pauline Hanson because, like, straight up, most of this information you can only find in this book.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, with the previous caveats about its questionable reliability, the shape of the story is absurd.
Yes.
And, you know, there's not a lot of people in politics who have, like, that kind of background coming in.
No.
Like, she's certainly magnitudes less professionalized than most other politicians.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's part of the thing. That's something that she's going to reinforce intentionally.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to learn more about Pauline. These iconoclast Queenslanders, huh?
Yeah, they're just out here fucking doing
They're
whatever.
just out here fucking doing stuff. And this, I mean, obviously, I guess this all does tie into, you know, the world in which Pauline and Bob both enter.
Yeah.
Politics is kind of the same world.
Absolutely.
They're connected in ways.
They are. They absolutely are. And I think it is going to be particularly interesting to look at Pauline's first go-around and see how that then becomes what she turns into for her second go-around, right? Because, yes, she's absolutely racist. Yes, she says some absolute things. People treat her terribly.
Yeah. No, I'm sure they do. Like, I mean, listen, people in the cities, and I'm a person in the cities who talk shit about people in the country. But it was the same kind of thing with Bob, where it's like, man, people are like just saying vaguely eugenicist things about.
It's like you're not even talking about what the person is bringing up. It's just like, I'm going to do personal attacks crazy style because it's like
the ugliness
pre-2000 and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, the ugliness of it is just it furthers like my immense disdain for anybody who waxes nostalgic about any past of Australia's political.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing
it's bad.
is a joke and perhaps is why we shouldn't have come.
I think you might be right about that. All right, bye.
Bye everyone.
Oh yeah, I should probably say, Oh, you can read it, actually.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know if were you going to say something else.
No, I was
you were
just
going
gonna
to
read off. Yeah.
So patreon.com/shouldntacome. We'd love if you chalk us something. We'll figure something out to put on there to make it worth your dollars. Shouldntacome@gmail.com is our email, and you can find the slides alongside the podcast, obviously, at youtube.com/@shouldntacome. And we'll chat with you again next time. Bye.
Bye.